Let me make sure it turned up. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video with Life of Chesed for General Hospital, May 23rd, 2025. Okay, so look, they did that there. They did that there. This was a good episode. Well, yeah, for the most part, it was a good episode. I think what stood out to me was the ending. The ending, I was hoping he showed up at the Wiley performance. Hold on. But yeah, I'm so glad because what they thought this was, they over here doing whatever they want, trying to flip the script. They didn't even want to share custody. I keep saying they because Willow not speaking like Carly said. What Carly said, speak. She said, speak. I said, exactly. She just standing up there. He ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But I said, yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping that the judge ends up saying that they both get to split custody. But yeah, they wasn't going for that, or Drew wasn't, anyways. Well, Willow wasn't either because she was, when Carly suggested, I think she was the one who said joint custody. And Willow was like, "Come on, Carly. What did he do to you that you know of yet? Because they gonna reveal that he slept with Sasha and that he got her pregnant. But what did he do since then or whatever? Well, I said since then. I said that wrong. What have he done to make you take his kids from him?" And somebody pointed out the fact that he allowed her to adopt to adopt Wiley or whatever. I said exactly, and he walked swooped up in there like how he slid in there. Did y'all see that? That was one of those replayable clips. I'm about to watch it again. Hold on. But yeah, look, let's get into it. So, on today's episode, we're gonna start with Elizabeth and Lucas. So, did he go to the nurses' ball? I could have sworn he said something about performing or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, he ends up showing up to Elizabeth's house, and they was just watching the nurses' ball and talk about everything that happened. Something about Brad had proposed at one nurses' ball, and did they say Lucky? Did he say Lucky proposed to Elizabeth at the nurses' ball or something? I don't know. No, Rick. He said Rick. But yeah, that's all they was talking about. They was just talking about the nurses' ball. Hold on. Oh, they also was talking about he didn't want to go to the nurses' ball to watch Wiley perform because he felt like it wasn't his place because he's not his father anymore. But I say he still could have went. But yeah, Mac, Jason, Tracy. So Mac was like, I can't believe I'm saying this. You know, he glad that he showed up. So Jason came to tell Tracy that Diane's working on the case. They end up getting her release. And Jason got a phone call. I'm assuming it was from Michael because he was like, "What do you need?" And then on tomorrow, not tomorrow. Is he playing Monday? Because I think Monday is Memorial Day, ain't it? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Monday or Tuesday or sometime next week. Um, Jason's supposed to be telling Willow and Drew that they they shouldn't follow him or something like that. Excuse me, or following him would be a big mistake. I was like, exactly. I liked that scene. They did that there. They did that there, y'all. But yeah, Tracy been freed. She been freed or whatever. So I don't know if they're gonna find out or get the evidence to prove that Drew had framed her or what. But yeah. And I told you, I said these folks don't stay in jail long. Excuse me. They don't stay in jail long. Who else we got? Sonny, Olivia, Ned, Chase, Dante, Cody, all of this combined. They didn't go back to it. I was waiting. That's what I wanted to see, but I'm glad that they showed Michael at the end. But yeah, that's what I was waiting on. I was waiting for them to catch up to Gio for Brooklyn to confront her mama, but that don't happen until the next episode, y'all. That's what I was looking for. I was like, wait a minute, now they just left and didn't come back. They left and didn't come back. But yeah, Sonny and Olivia, Ned, Chase, they was all talking about what happened. Sonny and Olivia was shocked. Ned was shocked. And they was trying to find out. Sonny was trying to find out if Ned knew about it. He was like, no, I'm embarrassed to say I had no idea. Chase came, and that's when they started questioning him. He was like, all he know for certain is that Brooklyn was pregnant when she was a teenager. And I don't know if he mentioned that she gave the baby up for adoption or not. Hold on, what does that say? You look on those face of Jews when Michael came back and took Wiley home was price. Right, exactly. They did that perfectly. I said, who be writing? Look, they have certain moments where it be real good that make you wonder if they hired somebody for that specific scene or something, because everything else be bad. But yeah, the look on their faces, I said they did that perfectly. And then Sonny looked at Carly, Carly looked at Sonny, they was shocked. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's the end of the nurse's ball, ain't it? I was expecting something to happen with Sitwell. I thought he wanted to fund the whole nurses ball for a reason, but apparently not. But yeah, Sonny and Olivia was questioning Chase. He said that the only thing he knows is that Brooklyn got pregnant or whatever. He tried to leave to go support her, and Sonny was like, "No, Dante and Brooklyn need to figure this out themselves because Brooklyn is not just about Brooklyn anymore." And I said, I had to agree. I had to agree because she had every opportunity, and Lulu sit up here and wait till Brooklyn get a hold of her. Wait till Brooklyn get a hold of her. It's gonna go down. Do y'all think they gonna get into it? I think that's a crazy question because at this point, I feel like that's how do they say it, inevitable or whatever. But yeah, they was questioning Chase. He only revealed what he knew. He don't know about Gio and stuff like that. Cody told Dante that he drove Brooklyn to the bus station all those years ago, and Dante was mad. He was like, "We supposed to be best friends, you know? Why didn't you tell me?" He was like, "She swore me to secrecy or whatever." So Dante came out and he was looking for Brooklyn. He ends up asking them if they knew anything about it. They told him he didn't. They didn't know. I don't think he ex Chase. Did he? Did he ex Chase? I said, "Yeah." Everybody from be upset. And what's her name? Lulu. Carla told her, right, she was like, "You've done enough," and she stopped it because she tried to chase after Dante. I was like, "He gonna be mad at you too. He gonna be mad at you too." But they was all just standing there talking about everything that happened. Could it be true? And Sonny was like, one thing he do know that Lois knows something about this. Then Olivia was like, no, you know, she's my best friend and stuff like that. And she said she was the first person to run after him. But look like Brooklyn's confronting Lois on the next episode. What else? Who was Gio talking to? Gio was talking to somebody. I can't remember. Tracy was talking. I'm assuming Tracy was talking to Gio. She just found out. I'm assuming. I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. But we gotta wait to see. Let me see what else. Hold on. Well, yeah, Chase told Olivia Brooklyn had a child. Sonny thinks Lois knows something. And Ned was asking Chase, you know, why didn't Brooklyn feel okay with telling him? He was just trying to let him know that it wasn't like that, you know. What else? Who we got next? We already talked about Dante Cody. Dante ended up finding out through Cody that he all he know for certain is that she was pregnant because he dropped her off at the bus station. He didn't tell because she swore him to secrecy. He went looking for her. They never came back. Josh and Trina ended up performing. At first they talked about Gio. They wanted to find him and support him. But Emma, that's who he was talking to. That's who Gio was talking to, Emma. Because she was like, I'm going with you. So I don't know if he's trying to leave town. I don't know if he's trying to just get out of that house or what. But yeah, she told him she was going with him. Who else? Lulu Carly. She tried to go after Dante. That's when Carly stopped her. She told her she'd done enough, and they was just talking about it in the bathroom. She asked her if she the one who told Gio, and she was like, "No, he must have overheard her and Lois talking because she confronted Lois or whatever." And Carly was telling her, "You done did it now. You done did it now or whatever. So we might as well just go back out there and finish watching these people perform." Was she out there when they went back to watch Jocelyn? Them was Lulu in the audience? I think she was in the audience. I don't know. Carly, Willow, Drew. So Willow and Drew came up to Carly. They ended up saying how they wanted to basically compromise. They wanted to come up with something that works for everybody. So that's when Carly said joint custody. That's when she said joint custody or whatever. And Willow was like, "Come on, Carly, whatever." What she said? What did they say? What did Drew say? Something about visitation? How you gonna tell this man he could visit his? I said, I hope they don't do that. I hope they give joint custody to both of them because both of them cheated, but both of them I say care about their kids or whatever for the most part. I was like, I hope they get joint custody. Excuse me. But yeah, over here talking about sometime. Did they say sometime on the holiday, some weekend? I said, what the freak going on? And then he ended up mentioning DC again. And Willow made a face. I said, nah, you sticking to what he said, right? You supporting him. You by his side. You hear him keep saying DC. That was his plan all along, whatever he got going on. But yeah, Carly was like, I see you in court or whatever. And I forgot to write down the kids perform. The kids end up performing or whatever. Wiley was waving at his mom in the audience. Then you know, he's like, Daddy or whatever. So they stopped. They stopped or whatever. They introduced, I think they said his name was Rory something. Somebody named Rory playing Michael or whatever. And Wiley started running to him. Carly and them still hadn't figured out what happened yet. So Wiley ran, jumped in his arms or whatever. And Michael, he was hugging Wiley. He turned around to Willow and Drew, and he's like, "Come on, buddy." What he said? "Come on, buddy. We're going home." And walked out with his son. I said, "Ah." I said, "Ah." That what y'all get? Y'all thought y'all was untouchable. Y'all kept saying, what she told Willow, not Willow. What Willow told what's her name? Jocelyn yesterday. This had nothing to do with you. Well, it got something to do with Michael. I said, "Ah." That what y'all get? Cause they been acting like they untouchable. Oh, here talking about this man can see his child on the weekend or whatever. He ain't getting joint custody. You better hope you get joint custody. But yeah, I was like, yeah, they did that there. That and yesterday, I said they didn't come to play this time, y'all. It was a lot of people missing, but they still managed to make it work. Yeah, I got that's a replayable moment, y'all. I like that. I said Michael rolled up in there and said, "Come on, buddy, we're going home." Cause what they thought, y'all. Let me see. What else? They look on. Okay, I already read that. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, they talking about something. They want to find common ground or whatever. They tired of fighting, but talking about something he can't get joint custody of his children. of his children. What you thought this was? Well, yeah, they did that. Did I skip something? I don't know if I skipped anything. I think that was it though. Cause look, like I said, the highlight of the episode was the ending when Michael came. Cause Carly was shot, Jocelyn, Sonny, Willow, and Drew especially. I said, "That's what they get." Cause for real, they think they was untouchable. They run around telling Carly them it's not their place. This is not their place. That, which was true though. It was true. But at the same time, if you're gonna say it's not Josh's place or it's not Carly's place, it definitely ain't Drew's place. But yeah, he looking all shocked. I said, "Y'all got a custody battle now. You got it now, buddy." But that's it, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces, have a great rest of the day, a great weekend, and be safe.